So I'm feeling a bit tired and rubbish today, and summer's gone, and it's sad, but also I do like Halloween, so it's fine, it's chill. I don't know, we'll do some memes from my Discord server, which is connected to my Patreon, and I will be rating them a number out of 10, or sometimes not a number out of 10. Let's begin. It's a bluey one, a bingo one, not bluey. Ooh, I can tell this is going to be good. Don't let my beauty distract you from my autistic tendencies. This needs to be the thumbnail for my, the influencers glamorizing autism video. Hey, I wore this shirt in that video. I really associate the shirt with that video. Oh my gosh, yeah, and the cute big eyes from Bingo. Oh my gosh, I really love this one. Have you noticed this? A few people have noticed in the comments, but almost every single person, when I do those fake disorder cringe reaction videos, I've done 3 of them now, and almost every single person who gets posted against their will on the fake disorder cringe subreddit is either a woman or an AFAB individual or somebody who could be perceived as a woman. I'm pretty sure every single one. Have there been any that haven't been? Maybe some that haven't, shown faces, so we don't know. But there is a lot. I think people just really don't associate femininity and autism at all, which I suppose the whole extreme male brain theory and all of that didn't really help with. Don't let my beauty distract you from my autistic tendencies, because even though I'm wearing lipstick, they're still there. I could autism at any moment. Beware. I'm gonna give that a bingo out of 10 because it's bingo, correct, but it's also bingo. Do you get it? Yeah. What is this? BBC News. A few days ago, Italian burglar caught after sitting down with book. The would-be thief became distracted after picking up a book about Greek mythology on a bedside table. Now, I don't like to armchair diagnose. I don't like peer diagnosis all that much, but I mean, the first thing you think when you read that is you might want to try and get a referral quickly. Get on the waiting list for a certain diagnosis. That is the fact that it's Greek mythology as well. I'm I feel like that's probably quite a popular special interest. The way he became distracted as well, it's giving ADHD, it's giving monotropic, it's giving I became sucked into an attention tunnel and I forgot. It's when you forget what you walked into a room to do, but it's I forget why I broke into this house. I imagine it wasn't super easy to break into this person's house, I imagine there was some effort and planning that went into it, but yeah, he still forgot when the Greek mythology came into the picture. This feels strangely relatable. I'm not an Italian burglar, but still, yeah, I probably never related to an Italian burglar so much. Not so much with the Greek mythology. What kind of book would distract me from a robbery? I suppose it would be something about autism, wouldn't it? I don't know. I wonder how long. I want to read the whole article now. How long did he sit down with the book for? And also, why couldn't he burgle the book? You're an Italian burglar. Did you not have space in your bag? I don't know, just take the book with you. You're already there. You might as well. I'm not encouraging stealing other people's books, but while you're there, may as well. Then you could read it at home. Or even just take a picture of it and then you could order the book, Amazon Prime for the next day. If you didn't want to steal the book, you're no, stealing books is where I draw the line. Go get it another day. But anyway, I'm going to give that one a monotropic out of 10. If you haven't seen my video about monotropism, I'll leave that linked. I want to read this full story. It was in Italy. It was a 38-year-old burglar in Rome was caught stopping to read a book on Greek mythology in the middle of a theft. A 71-year-old homeowner is said to have awoken and confronted the alleged thief, who was engrossed in the book. News of the failed burglary attracted the attention of the book's author, who told local media he wanted to send the man a copy so he could finish his read. What? Okay. After being caught off guard, the alleged thief reportedly attempted to make a quick getaway by escaping via the same balcony, but was arrested shortly afterwards. Well, I suppose if he has been arrested, maybe he needs the book to read in prison. He's gonna need something to do. He is said to have told police he climbed the building to visit a person he knew. Okay. I thought I had ended up in a B&B, saw the book, and started to read. The thief was reportedly in possession of a bag containing expensive clothing allegedly stolen from another house earlier that evening. I'd still rather someone didn't break into my house, whether they appreciated my book collection or not. The elixir you hold will grant you eternal youth and the power to bend the very fabric of reality to your will. It will make you a god. Why is it purple? It is slightly grape flavored. At the end, slightly grape flavored. I imagine this elixir tastes medicinal now, a kind of medicinal grape. That's what I'm getting from that. I really like Fanta grape in South Africa. I think they did bring it over here for a while, but it was like a diet one that had loads of sweetener in it, and it just, it has that sweetener aftertaste, and I was just like, mm-mm. But yeah, I really liked Fanta grape when I was younger in South Africa. So that very fake grape taste. If it's like South African Fanta grape, then I would maybe I would drink the elixir, and then I could bend the very fabric of reality to your will. That sounds very stressful. That sounds like a lot of pressure, because I'm not good with making decisions about my own life. So like, what would I do with that? Oh, the eternal youth. Would I want eternal youth? Would I? Hard to say. He still drank it though, so I suppose he probably is still going to become a god, unless he has to drink a certain amount and he can't quite get through it. I don't know. I'm going to give that one a purple out of 10. During my affirmations, I am not a robot. The little capture thing. To be honest, I think that might be kind of a good affirmation for me. Like, I'm not a robot. Like, remember, you actually do need to eat and drink, and you need to sleep at a decent time. Like, you actually do need to take care of yourself, because, you're not a robot. Yeah, I quite like it, to be honest. I hate the idea of doing affirmations. That gives me like the most PDA response. I'm like, no, particularly when they're too over the top positive, like I love myself or something like that. No, I feel like I need to be more neutral. That's the place I need to come from. But I am not a robot. Yeah, I don't know. I can see it. I'm gonna give that one a 9 out of 10. Oh no, we've got this meme back again. We're being restrictive and repetitive. This was in the last memes video if you missed that one. The same meme for the 999th time. My autistic ass. I'm gonna give that an RRB out of 10. Restricted and repetitive behaviors. Better not see this one again next time. We've had it now, okay? Oh, it's a cat again. When I told someone too much about myself and feel the cringe all day. Yes, this is me when I like take my son to children's parties and stuff. But then when I don't, I feel bad and I cringe all day because, well, I don't know if I cringe so much, but I just feel guilty for being so withdrawn. But sometimes that can feel like the safer option, because then I'm not cringing. Do you know what I mean? I sometimes sadly get the cringe about my videos. I'm like, I don't know, am I happy with the way that I said that? And then I like wake up in the middle of the night. So I not only get it with socializing, but I get it with my flipping YouTube videos now. I think it's because, there are a lot more people watching than there were at the start. It can be a bit like, I don't know. I find that very relatable. That cat's expression, like, yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like I either say hardly anything or I say way too much. I'm like, no, they might find out that we're not human. No. I'll give that one an 8. Do you sleep with your bedroom door closed? According to experts, you really shouldn't. Oh, it's the cat. It took me ages to figure that out. I was just sat here like, the cat's writing the article because the cat wants to get into your bedroom. Oh my goodness. This is too relatable. So we have a cat. Again, I hope my landlord's not watching. Sure, he's not watching. Not sure why he would be. Who knows? I don't know his neurotype. I've never met him. I'm not going to assume. Hello, if you are here, Mr. Landlord. If you are here, I don't have a cat. If you're not here, I do have a cat. And how old is she? Like 15 at the youngest, I would say. But she's had, I think, at least 2 previous owners before us. And then her last owner was going into a care home. And so we took her, and she's indoor. She doesn't really know what outside is. She's a very happy cat. She's very, very sociable. She's very, very easygoing. I've had some like quite anxious cats in my life, and she's just like, whatever. Someone comes in to do some work. She's like trying to help them. She's getting in the way. She's putting herself in dangerous situations. We have to pick her up and hold her so she doesn't, I don't know, get under the bath or something. Anyway, she just loves singing though. She is a very, very vocal cat. She likes trilling, making the little noise. She likes meowing at you. She also likes doing very, very throaty yowls a lot of the time. Any previous cat that I've had has only done that if they've been in a fight, or if they've kind of maybe had a bit of dementia, like they've been towards the end of their life. I don't know, I mean, like, she seems like she's all there in the rest of herself. She's very healthy. I haven't known her for long enough. I don't know if she did that through her whole life or what, but yeah, she will yowl at you in the middle of the night. So we absolutely have to shut our door. Otherwise, she'll come in, make a load of fuss. Occasionally, like sometimes she likes sleeping under the bed and she has like her little spots. So sometimes we've allowed it to stay in and just gone to sleep. We regret it every time, because every time we get woken up. And I'm not about that. I've already been through having a newborn child. I've been through that stage. I'm not being woken up again at night. I'm not a fan of that article. I think we should sleep with our doors closed. Yeah, I'm going to give that 0 out of 10 because I disagree with that cat. And I think that cat's being very manipulative and I don't appreciate it. Mr. Cat. Another cat. These should just be called cat memes. I wake up. I say, still so eepy sleepy. I fall asleep again. I have funky wonky whittle dreams. I'm so confused. What? I wake up, I say ooh, ah, still so eepy sleepy. I fall asleep again. I have funky wonky whittle dreams. And then I wake up. Yeah, this does sound like me waking up in the morning. I'm so bad. If anyone has any tips for that transition of getting out of bed, I struggle with it so much because when I've just woken up, my brain doesn't remember being awake, my life, the things I have to do, the things I decided to do the night before, the fact that I want to exercise. Nope. I'm just like, I am sleep. This is who I am now, this state. And it probably doesn't help that I've stayed up too late the night before because I am much more of a like night evening person, which is tricky when you've got a child and you've got to, get up and get them to places and things like that. This cat looks so short. Look at those front legs. I don't know if it's just the way it's been edited. It looks very like stocky. It looks kind of like a sausage dog. It's a sausage cat. He doesn't look that happy either. Like sometimes as well, you wake up in the morning and you're just having a really good dream and you're like, oh, I want to go back to it. And then sometimes you fall asleep and it feels like you do go back to it. And then people, again, this is another thing that gets said is like, if you had to get up for a flight, you just get out of bed. So that means that you can do it. And it's like me before a flight, I either consciously make the decision to not sleep so that I don't risk, missing the flight, just not going to sleep at all. Also, sometimes I do it deliberately so I'll sleep on the flight and so it will go faster. And if I do go to sleep, I sometimes actually will not fall asleep at all, or I will just continuously wake up every half an hour or so in a panic thinking, oh my gosh, I need to get up for the flight, and I kind of never really get into a properly deep sleep. So yeah, I can be on time for a flight because I don't sleep. If I would behave that way every single night, then I think I would be in trouble. I don't think I'd be in a very good physical or mental place. I'm gonna say sadly relatable out of 10. Babe, what's wrong? You've barely touched your autism sampler platter. I feel like that pizza a bit overcooked. I feel like with oven pizzas, I'm really fussy. I feel like I like them to be kind of, I don't know, anemic, I call it, like, not too brown, maybe a bit doughy. I feel like a lot of people would be like, that's not great. I don't think that pizza looks that appetizing in general. I haven't had hula hoops for so long. They're not hula hoops, spaghetti hoops, you know what I mean. I used to really like things like that, and I do still like baked beans and stuff like that, wheat beans on toast. Here in the UK, I feel like that stressed people out on the Discord server before. It's really good, particularly if you like, you butter the bread nicely. It's really good. You can even put cheese on it. Beans on a bagel. I really like baked beans on bagel. That's good. Anyway, there is always the risk of ick with the bean juice. It just, it's quite slimy, isn't it, at the end, like, and then sometimes there's like so much of it left at the end, and it's like, I suppose that's the good thing about like beans on toast or beans on bagel. It can kind of seep in to the bread a little bit more. It kind of soaks it up so it's not so bad. And when it's cold, it's so gross. Smiley faces. I like things like smiley faces and potato waffles and like the dinos. You can get corn dino nuggets now and they're quite nice. Yeah, I like that. I think they're cooked a good amount. I like them to, have, maybe the smiley faces could have been in for a bit more. I like them to have a bit of crisp on them. It's just oven pizzas. Anyway, yeah, I feel constipated. Just looking at that, I'm going to give it constipation out of 10. What a great rating. Sometimes that's what you need, and that's valid and that's fair. When you're 10 dangs, 20 yups, 6 wows, and 8 man, that's crazy, and they still won't stop talking. I don't really mind if someone's like talking a lot. I tend to prefer like the attention to be off myself, so I don't necessarily mind that. But the thing that bothers me is like, am I just overusing the same speaker support again and again? Yeah, particularly with like wow, or if someone's telling you a sad story, that can be kind of stressful to like look adequately sad, and like the right kind of speaker support for it. I often say shame, which is quite a South African thing. People say like, oh, shame. It can be when something's cute as well, like you see a cute kitten, you're like, oh, shame. Or shame man, it will usually be. I'd use that quite a lot even in England, and then I'm like, it probably seems really odd to them that I'm saying shame, because I realized as I got older that was more a South African thing, and that there's other things like that, like hold thumbs. That was another one. Instead of saying like cross your fingers, South African people can say like, we're gonna hold thumbs, like hope that everything's gonna be okay. I'll hold thumbs for you. I wrote a short story and Lewis read it over for me, and he was like, what does that mean? I've never heard that before in my life. And then I was like, oh, okay, it must be a South African thing. And then we googled it, we're like, oh yeah, it is. Okay, I'll change it then, because it was supposed to be set in England. It's a bit weird, like I've never really felt fully English. I've been thinking about this the other day because a lot of my relatives over in South Africa have passed away, and I haven't been over there for quite a few years. And I was just thinking about how my identity is still so tied to being over there, even though I only lived there for 18 months when I was a child. But I've never really felt like super fully English. But then when I would go to South Africa on holiday, like they'd often use slang and stuff and say Afrikaans words that I didn't know. So I didn't feel super integrated into the culture there either. And like my grandparents who lived in South Africa, they were a bit weird themselves. Like they didn't super fit into the culture in South Africa either. Yeah, I don't know. I just constantly feel like I don't really fit. Probably a lot of me not really fitting was also because I'm autistic. I don't know. I didn't really know where my home was. I feel like kind of split between two places. I'm sure there's probably a lot of other people who can relate as well. How did I get to that point from SpongeBob? SpongeBob pulling a face and we somehow got to like my whole life backstory. Apologies. I'm gonna give that one a 7 out of 10. And then we got Sorry I'm Late, the traffic was so bad. And it's Clueless, isn't it? Oh my gosh, Clueless was like a comfort film for me. I used to have it on video because we had videos for ages. I feel like we were super late to getting a DVD player, so I spent a lot of time rewinding videotapes and just cassette tapes as well. And then Clueless came on Netflix. I remember when Clueless came on Netflix, it was around the time when I was doing my GCSE exams. Weird to think that Netflix has been around for that long. I still feel like, oh, Netflix, a new way of consuming media. No, it's not anymore. But then yeah, it came on Netflix and then I was quite stressed at that time, so I was kind of, watching it quite frequently to try and de-stress me. It didn't work. I was past the point of no return. There was no way to distress me. Alicia Silverstone, she could not save me. But her hair, there's something so satisfying about it. I don't know, it's like the perfect blow dry, and as somebody who cannot blow dry my hair to save my life, and also my hair is just like, I don't think my hair texture could ever do that, could ever look like that. I don't know, just the way she like sweeps over to the side and the way it falls, I don't know, it's just very satisfying. Anyway, what is the actual meme? The traffic, I have like nothing to wear. Okay, so there wasn't any traffic, she just had nothing to wear. I mean, yeah, I think Lewis will put this in because I'm so terrible at getting ready for things on time, because I'm bad with time blindness and knowing how long it will take me to do things. And I also just get very perfectionist about getting ready, and I have to do certain steps in a certain order, and it takes me way too long, and I probably spend way too much time on it. But then it's also kind of part of a mask for me. Like, I don't know necessarily how I'm gonna come across once I get in the social situation. I can't really control what they're gonna say and how I respond in the moment, but the one thing I can control is like, controlling the way I look to some extent, and also trying to express some amount of personality there. Do you see? I've got ice cream earrings in with a flake. Look, there's a human here, personality. But that kind of is how I dress sometimes, because like, yeah, even if I'm having like a quiet day or something, or I feel a bit shut down or whatever, it's like, well, look, there is a human here somewhere. There is life in me. I hate getting ready. It's like such a non-preferred task for my brain. It's so boring. It took me ages to figure out how to style my hair properly. I'm basically still learning how to do all of this stuff, because as a teen, I found it so boring, but I'd get picked on quite a lot for my appearance. So then I'd feel like a lot of pressure, like, okay, no, I want to look better, I want to try harder, but I just couldn't be bothered. And then I'd go through phases where I just really, wouldn't try, and would probably wait way too long in between like showering and stuff like that, because it was just all so boring to me, and I just wanted to be on the computer, I don't think I'm the worst with picking outfits, probably because I just wear the same few things. Often when I go out again and again, I'm just like, what's comfy? I know for a lot of other autistic people though, it can cause quite a lot of stress, like, what to wear. And it definitely helps, I think, getting out like an outfit the night before. I definitely can get in my head about it and be like, but what if that's not the right choice for this day? If I let myself think about it too much, it will get a little bit stressful and perfectionisty, and that's not very nice. But usually I'm just like, whoop, quick, get something out, okay, put it on. Actually, for this video, I couldn't decide what top I wanted with these earrings, so actually the bedroom is full of like different tops that I was trying out. Then I was like, no, we're going beach, we're going mermaid. That works with mermaids can eat ice cream too. And these are vegan ice creams, by the way, just letting you know. I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking, they are vegan. They can be whatever I want them to be, because they're not real. Okay, what do I give Clueless? I just feel tempted to give it a 7. Oh yeah, this seems legit. A gentle reminder that sometimes your brain can be a lying piece of shit. The mental health mallard. He looks a bit too happy for me today. I feel a lot of pressure. I think most thoughts that we have are negative, aren't they? And then like, yeah, how many of them are actually true? Like, for example, if I think like all of my videos are pointless and useless, which, pretty common thought that I will have. I like the whole mindfulness thing where you kind of say to yourself, I noticed that I'm thinking my videos are useless and pointless. And I feel like whenever I do that, and I don't always remember to do this, but when I do, it often gives me just a little bit. It often gives me like this sense of relief. And I feel like I can just breathe again for a second. I can just relax, because I guess it just it reminds you that it's a thought and that it isn't a fact, and it can kind of take away some of the horrible feelings that can come along with negative thoughts like that. Sometimes it's only just a very small bit of relief, but it's still something, but it just takes a lot of, remembering. He does look quite pleased with himself. I'll give him a 7. I feel really mean. If you want ongoing memes, ongoing neurospicy memes, yes, that is the name of the memes channel on my Discord server, then yeah, you are more than welcome to join my Discord server. It is connected to my Patreon. Sometimes people ask where it is. Connected to my Patreon, so you have to be a member. You just have to be on the lowest tier, which is $4 a month, and you get access to all of the other stuff over there. But you can also be on the Discord server and chat to other autistic people and people who think they might be neurodivergent, and also my husband, who is not neurodivergent but has a dinosaur in his name, so that makes it all okay. And yeah, you can post memes, have fun. We have a question of the day where you answer the question of the day, and then there are channels for a bunch of different interests and purposes, and info dumping and photo dumping, and also I was gonna say all of the dumping, no, not really that. And then also there are like kind of more support channels. If you have things that you want to chat to other people who get it, then you can get a bit of like peer support. Yes, it's a very, very lovely place. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everybody who contributed their memes, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Bye.